Chapter 14, An Experience in Cosmic Consciousness. I am here, Guruji. My shamefacedness spoke more eloquently for me. Let us go to the kitchen and find something to eat. Sri Yukteswar's manner was as casual as though hours and not days had separated us. Master, I must have disappointed you by my abrupt departure from my duties here. I thought you might be angry with me. No, of course not. Wrath springs only from thwarted desires. I do not expect anything from others, so their actions cannot be in opposition to wishes of mine. I would not use you for my own ends. I'm happy only in your own true happiness. Sir, one hears of divine love in a vague way, but today I am indeed having a concrete example of it from your angelic self. In the world, even a father does not easily forgive his son if he leaves his parents' business without warning. But you show not the slightest vexation, though you must have been put to great inconvenience by the many unfinished tasks I left behind. We looked into each other's eyes, where tears were shining. A blissful wave engulfed me. I was conscious that the Lord, in the form of my guru, was expanding the limited borders of my heart to vast reaches of cosmic love. A few mornings later, I made my way to Master's empty sitting room. I planned to meditate, but my laudable purpose was unshared by disobedient thoughts. They scattered like birds before a hunter. Makunda, Sri Yukteswar's voice sounded from a distant balcony. I felt as rebellious as my thought. Master always urges me to meditate, I muttered to myself. He should not disturb me when he knows why I came to his room. He summoned me again. I remained obstinately silent. The third time, his tone held rebuke. Sir, I am meditating, I shouted protestingly. I know how you are meditating, my guru called out, with your mind distributed like leaves in a storm. Come here to me. Thwarted and exposed, I made my way sadly to his side. Poor boy. Mountains cannot give you what you want, Master spoke caressingly, comfortingly. His calm gaze was unfathomable. Your heart's desire shall be fulfilled. Sri Yukteswar seldom indulged in riddles. I was bewildered. He struck gently on my chest above the heart. My body became immovably rooted. Breath was drawn out of my lungs as if by some huge magnet. Soul and mind instantly lost their physical bondage and streamed out like the fluid piercing light from my every pore. The flesh was as though dead, yet in my intense awareness, I knew that never before had I been fully alive. My sense of identity was no longer narrowly confined to a body, but embraced the circumambient atoms. People on distant streets seemed to be moving gently over my own remote periphery. The roots of plants and trees appeared through a dim transparency of the soil. I discerned the inward flow of their sap. The whole vicinity lay bare before me. My ordinary frontal vision was now changed to a vast spherical sight, simultaneously all perceptive. Through the back of my head, I saw men strolling far down Rygat Lane and noticed also a white cow that was leisurely approaching. When she reached the open ashram gate, I observed her as though with my two physical eyes. After she had passed behind the brick wall of the courtyard, I saw her clearly still. All objects within my panoramic gaze trembled and vibrated like quick motion pictures. My body masters the pillared courtyard, the furniture and floor, the trees and sunshine. Occasionally became violently agitated until all melted into a luminescent sea. Even as sugar crystals thrown into a glass of water dissolved after being shaken. The unifying light alternated with materializations of form, the metamorphoses revealing the law of cause and effect in creation. The oceanic joy broke upon calm, endless shores of my soul. The Spirit of God, I realized, is exhaustless bliss. His body is countless tissues of light. A swelling glory within me began to envelop towns, continents, and earth, the earth, solar, and stellar systems, tenuous nebulae, and floating universes. The entire cosmos, gently luminous, like a city seen after at night, glimmered within the infinitude of my being. The dazzling light beyond the sharply edged global outlines faded slightly at the farthest edges. There I saw a mellow radiance, ever undiminished. It was indescribably subtle. The planetary pictures were formed of a grosser light. And here is a footnote. Light as the essence of creation is explained in chapter 30. Divine dispersion of rays poured from an eternal source, blazing into galaxies, transfigured with ineffable auras. Again and again, I saw the creative beams condensed into constellations, then resolved into sheets of transparent flame. By rhythmic reversion, sextillion worlds passed into diaphanous luster, then fire became firmament. I recognized the center of the Empyrean as a point of intuitive perception in my heart. Irradiating splendor issued from my nucleus to every part of the universal structure. Blissful Amrita, nuclear of immortality, pulsated through me with a quicksilver-like fluidity. The creative voice of God I heard resounding as Om, the vibration of the cosmic motor. And here's a footnote that says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. John chapter 1, verse 1. Suddenly, the breath returned to my lungs. With a disappointment almost unbearable, I realized that my infinite immensity was lost. Once more, I was limited to the humiliating cage of a body, not easily accommodative to the spirit. Like a prodigal child, I had run away from my macrocosmic home and had imprisoned myself in a narrow microcosm. My guru was standing motionless before me. I started to prostrate myself at his holy feet in gratitude for his having bestowed on me the experience and cosmic consciousness that I had long passionately sought. He held me upright and said quietly, "You must not overdrunk with ecstasy. Much work yet remains for you in the world. Come, let us sweep the balcony floor, then we shall walk by the Ganges." I fetched a broom. Master, I knew, was teaching me the secret of balanced living. The soul must stretch over the cosmogonic abysses, where the body performs its daily duties. When Sri Yukteswar and I set out later for a stroll, I was still entranced in an unspeakable rapture. I saw our bodies as two astral pictures moving over a road by the river whose essence was sheer light. It is the Spirit of God that actively sustains every form and force in the universe. Yet he is transcendental and aloof in the blissful, uncreated void beyond the words of vibratory phenomena, Master explained. And here's a footnote. For the Father judges no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son. John 5:22. No man hath seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, which is in the bosom of the Father, he hath declared him. John 1:18. God created all things by Jesus Christ. Ephesians 3:9. He that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. John 14:12. The Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I have said to you. John 14:26. These biblical words refer to the threefold nature of God as Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Sat, Tat, Om in the Hindu scriptures. God the Father is the absolute unmanifested, existing beyond vibratory creation. God the Son is the Christ consciousness, Brahma or Kutasta Chaitanya, existing within vibratory creation. This Christ consciousness is the only begotten or sole reflection of the uncreated infinite. The outward manifestation of the omnipresent Christ consciousness, its witness, Revelation 3:14, is Om, the Word or Holy Ghost. invisible divine power, the only doer, the sole causative and activating force that upholds all creation through vibration. Om, the blissful comforter, is heard in meditation and reveals in the devotee the ultimate truth, bringing all things to remembrance. Those who attain self-realization on earth live a similar twofold existence. Conscientiously performing the work in the world, they are yet immersed in an inward beatitude. The Lord has created all men from the illimitable joy of his being. Though they are painfully cramped by the body, God nevertheless expects that men made in his image shall ultimately rise above all sense identifications and reunite with him. The cosmic vision left many permanent lessons. By daily stilling my thoughts, I could win release from the delusive conviction that my body was a mass of flesh and bones traversing the hard soil of matter. The breath and the restless mind I saw are like storms that lash the ocean of light into waves of material forms: earth, sky, human beings, animals, birds, trees. No perception of the infinite as one light can be had except by calming those storms. As often as I quieted the two natural tumults, I beheld the multitudinous waves of creation melt into one lucent sea. Even as the waves of the ocean, when a tempest subsides, serenely dissolve into unity. A master bestows the divine experience of cosmic consciousness within his disciple. By meditation has strengthened his mind to a degree where the vast vistas would not overwhelm him. Mere intellectual willingness or open-mindedness is not enough. Only adequate enlargement of consciousness by yoga practice and devotional bhakti can prepare one to absorb the liberating shock of omnipresence. The divine experience comes with a natural inevitability to the sincere devotee. His intense craving begins to pull at God with an irresistible force. The Lord, as the cosmic vision, is drawn by that magnetic ardor into the seeker's range of consciousness. I wrote in my later years the following poem, Samadhi, endeavoring to convey a glimpse of its glory. Vanished the veils of light and shade, lifted every vapor of sorrow, sailed away all dawns of fleeting joy. Gone the dim sensory mirage, love, hate, health, disease, life, death. Perished these false shadows on the screen of duality. The storm of Maya stilled by magic wand of intuition deep. Present, past, future, no more for me, but ever present, all flowing I everywhere. Planets, stars, stardust, earth, volcanic burst of doomsday cataclysms, creation's molding furnace, glaciers of silent X-rays, burning electron floods, thoughts of all men, past, present, to come, every blade of grass, myself, mankind, each particle of universal dust. Anger, greed, good, bad, salvation, lust, I swallowed, transmuted all into a vast ocean of blood of my own one being. Smoldering joy, off puffed by meditation, blinding my tearful eyes, burst into immortal flames of bliss, consume my tears, my frame, my all. Thou art I am thou, knowing, knower, known as one. Tranquil, unbroken thrill, eternally giving ever new peace. Enjoyable beyond imagination of expectancy, Samadhi bliss. Not an unconscious state or mental chloroform without willful return. Samadhi but extends my conscious realm beyond limits of the mortal frame to farthest boundary of eternity, where I, the cosmic sea, watch the little eagle floating in me. Mobile murmurs of atoms are heard, the dark earth, mountains, veils, low molten liquid. Flowing seas change into vapors of nebulae. Om blows upon vapors, opening wondrously their veils. Oceans stand revealed, shining electrons, till at the last sound of the cosmic drum, vanish the grosser light into eternal rays. Here's a footnote. Om, the creative vibration that externalizes all creation. of all-pervading bliss. From joy I came, for joy I live. In sacred joy I melt. Ocean of mine, I drink all creation's waves. Four veils of solid liquid vapor light. Lift aright. I in everything enter the great myself. Gone forever, fitful, flickering shadows of mortal memory. Spotless is my mental sky. Below, ahead, and high above. Eternity and I, one united ray. A tiny bubble of laughter. I am become the sea of mirth itself. Sri Yukteswar taught me how to summon the blessed experience at will, and also how to transmit to others when their intuitive channels are developed. Here is a footnote. I have transmitted the cosmic vision to a number of Kriya yogis in East and West. One of them, Mr. James J. Lin, is shown in Samahi in the picture on 274. Oh, let's look at that. 274. Here is that picture. A Westerner in Samadhi. You could see his face is very blissful, almost glowing. I don't know if you could see that, but anyways. And this is Sri Rajarsi Janakananda, James L. Lin. Here. For months, after the first time, I entered the state of ecstatic union, comprehending daily why the Upanishads say that God is rasa, the most relishable. One morning, however, I took a problem to master. I want to know, sir, when shall I find God? You have found him. Oh, no, sir, I don't think so. My guru was smiling. I am sure you aren't expecting a venerable personage adorning a throne in some antiseptic corner of the cosmos. I see, however, that you are imagining the possession of miraculous powers is proof that one has found God. No, one might gain the power to control the whole universe, yet find the Lord elusive still. Spiritual advancement is not to be measured by one's display of outward powers, but solely by the depth of his bliss in meditation. Ever new joy is God. He is inexhaustible. As you continue your meditations during the years, he will beguile you with an infinite ingenuity. Devotees like yourself who have found the way to God never dream of exchanging him for any other happiness. He is seductive beyond thought of competition. How quickly we weary of earthly pleasures. Desire for material things is endless. Man is never satisfied completely and pursues one goal after another. The something else he seeks is the Lord, who alone can grant lasting joy. Outward longings drive us from the Eden within. They offer false pleasures that only impersonate soul happiness. The lost paradise is quickly regained through divine meditation. As God is unanticipatory ever newness, we never tire of him. Can we surfect it with bliss? Can we be surfected with bliss, delightfully varied throughout eternity? I understand now, sir, why saints call the Lord unfathomable. Even everlasting life could not suffice to appraise him. That is true, but he is also near and dear. After the mind has been cleared by Kriya Yoga of sensory obstacles, meditation furnishes a twofold proof of God. Ever new joy is evidence of his existence, convincing to our very atoms. Also in meditation, one finds his instant guidance, his adequate response to every difficulty. And here's a picture of Sri Yukteswar's seaside ashram in Puri, Orissa, near the Bay of Bengal. See also photo on page 453. I'll leave it there for a minute so you can look at it. And then 453 was another picture. Let's see that. Here's another picture. This is a picture of his memorial temple. Okay, Sri Yukteswar Memorial Temple in garden of his Puri ashram. I see, Guruji, you have solved my problem. I smiled gratefully. I do realize now that I have found God, for whatever the joy of meditation has returned subconsciously during my active hours, I have been subtly directed to adopt the right course in everything, even in minor details. Human life is beset with sorrow until we know how to tune in with the divine will, whose right course is often baffling to the egoistic intelligence, Master said. God alone gives unerring counsel. Who but he bears the burden of the cosmos? Here's a picture of Swami Sri